According to the American Heart Association, 70% of people here in the United States don't know CPR or have forgotten how to do it. In an effort to help lower that number, 7 and 4 News teamed up with local organizations to show you what it takes to save a life. Well, we are joined now by someone who has lived that scenario. Tina McClevitz. Tina, thanks so much for coming in. You had a situation within the last couple of weeks where you had to demonstrate your CPR skills. Tell our viewers what you encountered.
My husband and I were out snowmobiling, coming up onto a trail. There was a hill, a man standing in the road asking for directions. Noticed there was a snowmobile off to the side, so we wanted to help get directions, and family members were around this man. All of a sudden, one of them stood up, said he stopped breathing, and I looked and said, he's not breathing? And they're like, no. I go, well, we have to do CPR. 12 grown men standing there didn't know what to do. I said, pull him out here. I can do it. So, well, we can't move him. No, pull him out here. So I unzipped his coat and his bibs, and I started performing it. My husband had went back to get the trail number, and I was getting tired. And I'm like, somebody's going to have to help me. And another group was there, and he said, show me what to do. And I said, you just keep pumping. And he did it, and then I did it again. And we performed CPR 30 to 40 minutes before the ambulance got there.
Well, and that is a remote situation, far off the trailhead, deep in the woods, where really this was going to be up to somebody who knew what they were doing. Now, you had been trained in CPR. Ironically enough, you were coming up on the anniversary of when you got your training, right?
Yes, it'll be a year this Saturday that I had the training. I had training years and years ago, but I just, why not do it again? Get refreshed so it stays with you. Yeah. But people need to learn it. They need to, if it's a family member or a stranger, the look on people's faces when they need help, you'll never forget. So somebody's got to be able to do it. Why not learn it? Anybody can do this. It is so easy.
And you were there at that situation. You were performing CPR on this gentleman to try and save his life. And I'm sure you're looking up at all of these other men who were out there with him, and they didn't know how to do it.
They were so afraid.
Could you see the helplessness in their eyes?
Yes, in their face.
Yeah, they just,
and they're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you can do this. And when the ambulance got there and took him away, I looked at everybody and said, you need to go learn CPR. It is so easy. Anybody can learn this.
Now, let me ask you this. A year ago, when you signed up to take this CPR training, did you think, someday I'm going to use this?
I said to myself many a times, I will never do this.
You will never use this.
I'll never do this. But this happens in grocery stores and beauty salons. It's not just an accident. Right. It happens every day, everywhere. You never know where it's going to happen.
Well, and I think, you know, when we first heard your story, I heard myself in there. Oh, I'm never going to have to use it. It's never going to happen to me. Right. I'm never going to be in a situation where I have to do this. And I think that's what makes your story so compelling, is that this does happen to everyday people every day.
You never know.
The process of going through your training, and a year later it came back to you like that, you knew exactly what to do. You knew how to essentially train these gentlemen to help you save that life.
When it happens so fast, and somebody just has to stand up and take
charge.
Yep, take charge and do it. And once you get doing it, you're like, oh, just like they taught me.
Right.
You don't forget. It's very easy.
In this situation, especially up here in northern Michigan, where oftentimes, in your situation, you were extremely isolated, extremely remote. You were going to be performing CPR for a long time by the time an ambulance could get there and then get onto a snowmobile trail. That's not uncommon up here for us to be pretty far away from a hospital. In your opinion, what difference could it make if there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people there that could step in and take over those chest compressions and do those things, as opposed to you who are exhausted having to work that hard? Can that make all the difference?
Oh, yes. You let somebody know, I got another minute or so, that's all I can do, and then they're there and on it. It would make it a lot easier, but when there's so many people, they're afraid. They don't want to touch them. Or I've heard excuses, well, it costs money to take the class. It does not cost money. There are organizations that will teach this for free.
And you cannot stress enough to all of our viewers at home how much we should go do this, Kate.
Yes, we need to call our governor. We need to get this taught in schools. We need to get organizations, whether it be hospitals or nursing homes. People will teach you this for free. You do not have to pay for this. We need to learn this.
And you are proof that you could use it. Tina, thank you so much for sharing your story. If
Thanks
you
for
would like
having me.
to sign up for a CPR class to become certified to perform CPR, you can call Munson Medical Center. The number's on your screen, but I'm going to give it to you. It's 231-935-7841, or you can head to their website. You can also go through the American Red Cross by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or visiting redcross.org. And of course, you can find all of this information plus more segments from CPR professionals that appeared on 7 and 4 throughout the day on our website, UpNorthLive.com.